Hey guys, welcome back to OK Jank. Hope you guys have had a good Christmas and a great New Year. It's been a while since I've recorded a video. I don't think I've uploaded in a while either, so there'll be a few to get uploaded in the upcoming weeks, probably middle of the month. There'll be a couple getting uploaded that I've recorded. Just want to bring you today my a deck profile for Granblue that a friend has built. I'll give you some of these changes that I would make to it just to finish it. I don't think it's finished yet. So starter, Captain Nightkid, when rolled upon, draw a card, same old. Then he's got a 3 Coitus, which I think is the correct number. Just during your turn, if you drop on 10 or more cards, this unit gets 10,000 power, and then if you've got 20 or more, it gets 20,000 power and a crit instead of the 10,000. And then Act is Counterblast 1, put top 4 cards of your deck into your drop zone, and call up to the number of grade 3 cards in your soul plus 2. So if there's no grade 3 in your soul, you just call 2 cards, which is always good. I think the reason 3 is the correct number though is because if you've not got 20 or more cards in soul, you'd rather go into Bazkirk for the crit. It's a bit easy to get on Bazkirk, and the Act ability, 4 cards. If you did it each time you rolled, it's a lot of cards out of your deck. So I think 3 is a good number for that. And then, as I was just saying, Bazkirk, he's got as a 2 of. I think I would up this, but during your turn, if your drop zone has 10 or more cards, this unit gets 5,000 power and a crit. And then for a Counterblast and a Soul Blast, you can call a card from your drop zone to rearguard, and this unit will gain 5,000 power for each grade of that unit called. So if you call grade 3, it's gaining 15,000 on. If you've got 10 cards in Soul, it's 20,000 power plus a crit. It's a little bit easier to get, even though you are spending a Soul for it as well. But you're only going to use it so many times anyway before you've either decked out or you've won the game or lost the game. So I think 3 of this just for consistency, because I'll show you the rest of the grade 3 lineup first, and then explain a bit more why. So then he's got 2. The Skull Dragon can't be normal called, and then during your turn it gets 2,000 for each card on your drop, and then at the end of the battle it attacks, it retires. It's fine. When you call it with Bazkirk skill, because at minimum you'll want 11 cards in drop when you use Bazkirk skill to then call this out, so that you've still got 10 for the Bazkirk skill. It's 20,000 power, it's 32,000 power on rearguard swinging. It's good. I don't think there's very many better options at the moment for them, for Granblue, so there's that. It's just nice, it's just a big number to be hitting with the marker that it gives. Then you've got 2 Valence Flanger, which I think is again the correct number, which is Soul Blast 1 grade 3 and discard any number of cards from your hand. This unit gets 5,000 power until end turn, and for the battle that it attacks, your opponent cannot call Sentinels from his hand or cards with the same grade as cards you discarded to the Guardian Circle. So if you discard a grade 1 and a grade 2, basically they can't guard it unless they've got a grade 3, but then you just drop a grade 3 as well, just to make sure, because I know, for example, like the heroes, the Nova Grapple heroes, if they've got a hero grade 3, it'll get called and then it gives it power. It's ridiculous, kind of, so you just want to get around it by dropping everything and swinging big with this. And then the one that I would replace for another Bazkirk is just the Skerdick. It's good, but it's also the last ditch attempt to win the game, I feel. And if you have to go into it, you've already lost. It feels to me when I've played it. I'm not the best pilot of this deck, I'll be honest. It's a lot of luck as to what gets milled and a lot of skill as to what you call and things, but I just feel it's an inconsistency in the deck. So if your drop zone has 30 or more cards, you can discard all cards in your hand and it gets 30,000 power and a crit. Until end of turn, 30,000 power and a crit is great, except when your opponent just goes PG, perfect guards it. You'd rather have another Bazkirk skill. It's got the crit, it's got potential to call that. You're not discarding your hand, you're calling another rear guard, so you just call Skull Dragon, which is a big number then. Yeah, there's so many better plays you can make rather than going into Skirdic, I feel. But that's, I think he likes it just because it is the pressure when you're nearly decked out and you just slam it down on rearguard. Maybe if you've got Bazkirk's skill or with Coitus, you just slam it down and it's there and it's a big number again. But yeah, I feel having to hit 30 in your drop zone before you've lost the game or won the game, inconsistency. Grade 2s, 4 Greed Shade. During your turn, if your drop zone's got 10 or more cards, it gets 5,000 power, and then when placed, you can discard a card from your hand, put 2 cards from your deck into drop, and then add a card not named Greed Shade from your drop zone to your hand. So you can get triggers back, you can get grade 3s back, you can get other grade 2s and 1s back, so long as it's not Greed Shade. You can call anything back to hand. Which I think is the restriction on this. It'd be better if it was like the next card and calls it straight to the field, but with the clause that maybe it was treated as if it was called from hand as well. Maybe that's something they'll come out with in later sets. So the next one is 3, Capturing Night Mist. Just when placed, Cat Blast 1, call the grade 1 or less card from your drop zone to regard, but then if you've got 10 cards or more in your drop, you can call the card regardless of its grade, which I feel is really good. It just allows you to call this Cat Blast 1, call Skirdic or a Flanger or anything out, just to help finish the game. And then he's got 3 Storm Rider Ghost Ship. It's a little bit like Skull Dragon, can't be normal called, but when it attacks, it gets 15,000 power until end of turn, regardless. And then at the end of the battle, you draw a card and retire it. So it replaces itself. Well, actually, it pluses you 1 because you're calling this from drop zone usually. So it's kind of a soft +1, let's say, but then it retires and then swing for 24,000 anyway, so it's really good. Just the downside is you can't call it Guardian Circle either, so there's that. Then got 4 Dandy Guy Romario, which is if your opponent has 10 or more, if your drop zone has 10 or more cards in drop, it gets 4,000 power. Then when rolled upon, you can Cat Blast 1, put a card from your hand into your soul, and mill 3 from the top of your deck and return 1 card from your drop zone to your hand. So it's a little underwhelming. It's great for what the deck wants to do. It wants to mill your drop, make use of your drop, but it feels like it should just be a counterblast. I don't feel you should have to discard a card into your soul, considering not a lot actually uses the soul in this deck other than Flanger and Bazkirk, and I think there's another one further in that uses it, so I feel it should just be a counterblast for what it is, or just just a drop a hand into soul rather than both. Just a costing efficient thing, I think. Again, maybe it's something that will get replaced and a better version of in later sets. For the grade 1 PGs, just one place to draw a card and discard a card from your hand when it's on rear guard, or one place to Guardian Circle, discard a card, and it can't be hit. So nothing spectacular, but it just allows space in the damage in the trigger lineup for crits. And then 2, Ripple Banshee. When placed from drop, you can Soul Blast 1, draw a card, and it gets 4,000 power until end of turn. Feel it's okay. Again, Soul Blast 1, and you're drawing a card for 4,000 power. 12k boost, not bad. And 2, Cavalier Alfie. Yeah, I can't pronounce that. But when placed from hand, if you have 10 or more cards and you drop zone, you can discard a card from your hand, and you can countercharge 1 and Soul Blast 1. Soul countercharge 1 or Soul Charge 1. It's alright. There's a 2 of, just replaces your soul, gets your counter charges back, and then he's got 1 Dragon Spirit. When placed from drop zone, this unit gets 4,000 power until end of turn, but if your drop zone has 10 or more, it gets 8,000 power instead. This I would replace for another Ripple Banshee, simply because Ripple Banshee draws you a card. And I prefer the artwork on Ripple Banshee, but I know why he's got it in. It's for when he wants to go big numbers. It'll always be in the drop zone unless he's damage checked it and not necessarily healed out. So it makes sense, but I feel it's just another inconsistency. I would rather have a Ripple Banshee because it draws me a card that I can use defensively or to help push for an attack. Then triggers, 4 heal, and then a straight 12 crit. It's a shame that these crits are in and they don't have anything with nicer artwork, considering this artwork. But 12 crits because you want to go aggro. You're going to deck yourself out at some point, so you want to apply the pressure to your opponent, and that is the Granblue deck profile that he's put together. He plays it really well, a lot better than I do when I've picked it up from him and played around with it. That's just my thoughts on the deck. He consistently gets top half of the local tournaments where we have regularly 6 to 8 players now, getting higher numbers different times of the year. The shops by a local university, so intake and regular crowds fluctuate. So he does really well, always in the top 50% when he plays this deck. So really must be a good deck and a good player. When I've played it, nowhere near that. I'd say 50 to 75% win rate, loss rates. Yeah, 20. I do a third as good as he does, kind of thing. Anyway, I'll catch you next time.